Hi, if you're watching this video, it means you're interested in the property at Houston Avenue. Here it is from the property appraiser's map that we are going to view it. This part of Houston is closed, and this part of Houston is accessible. This road right here is called Elliott, and that's right here. This is Elliott. Here's Gladwin, and it would be ideal to be able to travel down from East Road down to Gladwin. But these two lots right here, the lady put a gate right there and a gate right there. So accessibility from Gladwin has been challenged. We've actually been parking right here and then walking around and back in here through these trees and over to this road called Elliott, which is actually not on any of the maps. Here we have it on an old uh, Google map. It looks like it's real easy. You can take Gladwin down to Elliott. Unfortunately, like I said, it's closed off right here. So it makes it very challenging to go through Gladwin, but it would be ideal if that was accessible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the property appraiser site and discuss the way to get to this property using Beagle. So our subject property is right here. This is the two properties on Houston, and this is Elliott right here, which may not be on your map. So zooming out slightly, we're going to come up here to East and Beagle. So you would travel down Beagle, which is not an issue, to Coyote. Coyote is an issue. You need to have a four-wheel drive to travel down Coyote. You can travel down Coyote to Houston Avenue, and then you can turn onto Houston Avenue. And there's some really wicked sugar sand right in through here. So if you are driving down Coyote and you do not have the right vehicle, turn around. Okay, so you're coming down Coyote. You can turn on to Houston. And then here it's kind of a wicked amount of sugar sand right here. But if you can get down to this corner, this is easily identifiable because the power lines come down Elliott and they cut over to Houston and they travel down Houston. The subject property is actually easily identifiable because this particular property is surrounded by barbed wire with pink ribbons. So if you get to this corner right here, you'll see the barbed wire fence and the power lines coming down Elliott, and then they turn, and the barbed wire fence with the pink ribbons travel this way. If you get to this point here, there's a cone on top of a cutoff telephone pole. There's an orange cone, so you'll know you're at the property. And then if you look at the listings, you can see the pictures of the property. And let me just, here's the orange cone is right there. That's the property. And this would be you walking onto the property from Elliott. Although I went out there with a four-wheel drive truck yesterday, and when you see the fire pit, that's you're on the property. This is what the property looks like walking through it. That is an old fallen down, we think it's a mobile home. This is the other end of Houston where it kind of, it's not a road at the moment, but I think we are pretty confident you can open that up and use it. And if you stay with this, I will show you more of the access. Okay, this is the north side of the property. And like I said, just follow the power lines. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you, let me just page through this. Okay, let's go back to the property appraiser's map. So if you go back to clear. Here we go. Okay, when you get to this spot here, if you stop and walk, or if you have the vehicle to travel up here, you can drive onto the property right here. And here's where the fire pit is. Here's where the fallen down mobile home is. There's actually a foundation, a cement foundation. Now there's fencing that goes along this to there, and there's fencing that goes to there. Interestingly, If you were to buy these two lots and you were to fence it off, this property right here would no longer be identifiable or accessible because of the, and this is just Pasco County land. Um, it would be completely fenced in, and the only people that would have access to this would be this property, and this property. Because, like I said, Houston is not open right here. Now, it's a possibility that you might, if you buy this property, you might want to open Houston. There's I mean, it's scrub oaks and bushes and overgrown, but there's a gate right here, and we have access. We can go through this gate, but nobody has used Houston. And obviously, it would be an easy access to the property if we could access the property from Houston. But the point of this discussion right here is that if you somehow were the buyer of this property, this is fenced here, this is fenced here, this is fenced here, this is fenced here. This, if you had these two properties here and you fenced it off, there'd be no way to get to this. This would be what's called an orphan property, but it's Pasco County property. There's nothing on it. There's no utilities. There's no facilities. No nothing. It was a basically a property that had no access, and a tax deed was sold on it, and Pasco County owns it now, and you would have the most access to this. This is 2.25 acres right there. So interestingly, if you bought the subject property that we're talking about right here, you would actually have use or access, to your two properties plus this property. All right, I've gone 7 minutes. I need to stop. Hope this helps.